Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the house of David, which are the elect, and salutations to you brothers out there who are giving all diligence to make your call in the election sure. Basically, I just the brother had a brother send me this article. Okay, it basically goes into ISIS, talking about ISIS propaganda video pictures. I'm gonna just read it real quick, but I found one of the pictures pretty interesting. Okay, and how they're trying to basically equate ISIS with us. All right, like I'll read it and I'll tie some scriptures to it, and you'll see. So I'm gonna start off with it says we meet at Christmas in New York soon. ISIS posts chilling image of a man dressed as Santa standing next to a box. Standing next to a box of dynamite in Times Square. Damn ads, man. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna click on the pictures real quick. So here it says we meet at Christmas in New York soon. You see Santa right there. You see the box dynamite right there. Man, really, this is all just BS because we know the U.S. the government, the elites, they're really behind all this. All right, but it says warning: the propaganda poster shows Santa Claus looking out over a crowd of shoppers with the words "We meet at Christmas in New York soon." This one says chilling. Another post shared on encrypted channels shows Santa kneeling in front of a terrorist in London's Regent Street in the background. One poster shows. No, I'm not even gonna read all this. I'm just gonna get to the point. So this is the main image that I wanted to read, because when you read the little excerpt up here, it sounds very, very familiar too. So I'm gonna start reading it. I'm gonna get some scriptures just to piece it together. So you can get the picture. It says the Crusaders' feast is approaching. The Crusaders' feast is approaching. Their convoys will lead crowd itself in front of you. Yeah, the English isn't really all that good, but hey, just bear with me. It says their convoys will crowd itself in front of you. Prepare and plan for them. Show them the meaning of terrorism. Kill them and do not hold back with your blood. The reward is paradise. The reward is paradise. Okay? Now, what don't we preach that if we endure unto the end, we're gonna get the kingdom, all right, which is paradise? But going on, it says, and let them know that you are from an Ummah where mountains bow down to. Now, I looked up that word Ummah, okay, and it says Ummah is an Arabic word meaning community. It is distinguished from the Shab, which means a nation with common ancestry or geography. Thus, it can be said to be a supranatural community with a common history. Now, when you look at the image on the right, it says one Ummah, or one community, one body, one unity. Right? Now, doesn't that sound familiar? Let's pull out some scriptures. Okay? And I'm not trying to say that we're ISIS. Of course not. But I'm just saying it looks like what they're trying to do is now they're trying to make ISIS's beliefs sound like our beliefs, so that they can just be like, well, if you look at these guys, they're saying the same thing ISIS is saying, which is why they've led a trail of fear, okay, using ISIS. So whenever they equate anybody with ISIS, people don't even look further than that. They just say, oh, they were ISIS, take them out, do what you got to do. All right, but they said one body, all right, one community, one mind, one unity, right? So let's get this first precept. This is John chapter 17, verse 22. Okay, what did the Lord say? He said, and the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them, talking about the elect, that they may be one, even as we are one. Okay, talking about on one accord. All right, let's get another quick precept. 1 Corinthians, all right, chapter 12, verse 20. What does it say? It says, but now are they many members, but yet one body. Okay, because like we say, man, we're one body in Yahweh Shai. Okay, and what's that definition of that Ummah? One community, one body, one unity. All right. But let's keep reading this picture right here. So it says, I'm gonna resume where I left off. It says, "Let them know that you are from a community where mountains bow down to." All right, doesn't that sound a little familiar? What did Yahweh Shai say? All right, Matthew 17:20. He said, "And Yahushua said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." Right? Well, isn't that a kind of where we come from? If we have that faith, we can tell mountains to move, and they gonna move. All right. And what does it say in this propaganda picture? It says that you are from a community where mountains bow down to. Going on, it says, "We will not forget our revenge for every drop of blood that they have shed." All right. Now, don't what do the scriptures say over here? Okay, it says, got this first precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15. It says, "That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High requireth that which is past." All right. Revelations 13 and 10. Okay. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." All right, we preach these scriptures, okay, but now they're saying that basically this is ISIS's mentality. All right, that it says we will not forget our revenge for every drop of blood that they have shed. Don't we say that the Most High is going to recompense? All right, especially these Edomites and these heathen nations for what they did to us during slavery, all the blood they shed. All right, doesn't the scripture say here? All right, Numbers 35 and 33, all right, what does the scripture say? It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right, and what did it say here? We will not forget our revenge for every drop of blood that they have shed. All right, it says, "We will not exclude the young, elderly, or woman." All right, "You are all in the crosshairs of our arrows, and what is about to come is more, even worse." Now, if that doesn't sound like Ezekiel 9 and 5, well then, hey, I don't know what is, man. It's like, let me get Ezekiel real quick. Okay, but this sounds awfully very, very similar to the scriptures. You know? So it says, "And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite," meaning slay or kill. "Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity." What did it say at the beginning? It said, "Prepare and plan for them to show them the meaning of terrorism. Kill them and do not hold back." What does it say here? "Neither have ye pity, let not your eyes spare." In other words, don't hold back. Verse 6, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women." Whoa. What does it say in this picture? It says, "We will not exclude the young, elderly, or woman." You are all in our crosshairs. Now, we're not saying we're necessarily gonna be doing this. We're saying that the Most High is this is the Most High's plan. That's why it's written in the scriptures. He's gonna have this happen. But they're basically saying that this is the same mentality ISIS has. So if they can say that, right, then they can just set up a false flag, okay, and equate us with it, because they'll say, well, we believe in the same things ISIS believes in, okay, and then they can just say, oh, well, if that's the case, then we were inspired, homegrown terrorists inspired by ISIS, and blah 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 blah. All right, I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. All right, because when I read that article, I saw that picture, all right, I thought of scriptures. You know, because it sounds very similar to some of the things that's written in the scriptures. But they're saying this is what ISIS believes, right? So, hey, man, you know, and really, it's not a big deal for them to set up a false flag, a big false flag, and blame us for it, because it's happened before. All right, back in the time of Nero, I think I had a quick article on that. Yeah, Wikipedia says, It says a great fire of Rome. It says the great fire of Rome was an urban. Hey, like like the brother said, man. Because I remember yesterday at camp, the brother I said, really, false flags are not even a new thing. Because that's what Nero did. He basically set up a false flag and blamed the Christians for it. All right. And it's not going to be a surprise to do the same thing in this day and age. There's no new thing under the sun. All right. So I'm going to read it. It says, the great fire of Rome was an urban fire in the year 64 AD. It caused widespread devastation. Before being brought under control after 6 days, differing accounts either blame Emperor Nero for initiating the fire or credit him with organizing measures to contain it and provide relief for refugees. According to Tacitus and later Christians, Nero blamed the devastation on the Christian community in the city, initiating the empire's first persecution against the Christians. And you think they're not going to do this again? Because guess what? We're doing the same thing that the prophets back then were doing, which led to them being framed for that false flag. All right? Like it says here, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And we're doing the same thing. Okay? So it's not really a big deal for these elites, all right, to just be like, yo, let's just do what we did back then. Let's just set up a big false flag, all right, and you know what? Let's just blame them for it, okay? And it shouldn't be a surprise to you if that happens, because the scriptures is written in the scriptures. You can see it happen in history, and the scriptures say what? Romans 15:4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime, meaning in the past, were written for our learning. That's why it's good to know history. You learn from history. Because like they say, history repeats itself. All right? It says that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. All right? And so it's not a surprise if they set up a big false flag attack and they equate us with it. You know? When people think of, for example, people think of Muslims, all right? They think of, you know, they cover up their face, blah, 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 Middle East, terrorism, all that stuff. People come up to us, some of them, they, oh, you guys Muslims? You know, you got your beard growing out, you wearing quote-unquote dresses and all that stuff. So how difficult would it be for them to just be like, yeah, these guys, you know, they're a hate group, they're extremists, all right? They get their beliefs from ISIS and blah, 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 blah. You know? Just that's why they got agents set up. You know? Just blame us. They could blame us and group us with ISIS. All right, talking about we believe the same thing. We've been inspired by them. All right, and they'll have a reason to roll out the chip. Okay, just like they did during for the Patriot Act. They set up that quote unquote 9/11. Okay, and then what do? They say, oh no, now we need to put this act into place to prevent something like this from happening again. All right, because in order for the chip to be made mandatory, something needs to happen. It's not just going out of nowhere just make the chip mandatory. There's going to need to be a reason. They need to have an excuse to do that. You know? And it could be that they could set up a big false flag attack, frame us for it, all right, demonize us, and then say, well, you see how many they are, you see how they got quote unquote camps in different states and different countries and all that, man. We got to be able to keep track of them and whatnot. We got to be able to keep track of everybody so we can prevent stuff like this from happening. So guess what? We got to chip everybody. It's mandatory. And boom, there you have it. All right. But hey, that's it. That's really all I had. When I saw that picture, that's what I thought about. And, you know, through the spirit, I just did a quick video on it. Lowell Williams, edifying unto the elect. Don't be surprised if something like this happens. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. Because we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai and Shalom.